You are now tuned in to the Gabby Gail Show. This is part 3 of Saving Lives, one baby at a time. This episode will be brought to you by Entrepreneurs United LLC. Let your network be your best work. Get ready because here's Gabby.
Mrs. Crony, okay. That's my co-producer today, our daughter. So really proud of her being here and being a part of this Gabby Gail show. So, is it Miss Stephanie? Mrs.
I prefer Ms.
Stephanie. Well, she's part of Broadway United Methodist Church. So, could you tell a little bit why you're at Broadway?
Oh, wow. Yes. There are many reasons why I'm at Broadway, but I came actually with my partner in crime, which I think you've spoken to him before, Don Edwards. But once I made it here, I began as an artist and didn't even put that down on the resume. I must let you know. But once I came here, I loved the atmosphere. I started working as hospitality for the 9:30 Contemporary Church here every Sunday morning. So I think that's when I first saw you, because you were with Greater Faith. And then I began to work more and more with Gabby in the facilities director here.
You were taking care of Coco.
Coco.
Everybody know Coco. From the neighborhood.
I was taking care of Coco. Coco has a special place. Let me just say that in my heart. But yeah, I couldn't turn down Coco, and it didn't matter what she did. But I always had that in me to hold Coco. That just really bothered me. The things that we go through, and even Coco being an older black woman, she probably had a story to tell as well. But yeah, I helped with Coco, and then I talked to Kathy, and Kathy offered me an opportunity to have a room where I am able to develop more of my talents, because not only working here during hospitality, then we had some things to happen with the fire, and
Yes, wow.
yeah, then I had to move on to a different career. So then I became a real estate agent and insurance agent.
Wow.
And then this thing happened at Broadway, maternal child health. And Kathy invited me to one of the meetings, and it was the information that Nancy shared earlier about African American women with more education are still likely to have higher infant mortality. And
Because of the stress.
and when I thought about it, I said, absolutely, I can see
Stress.
it.
Woo.
I can see it, because as a single mom, as an independent, self-employed with 3 different jobs. You talk about relationships. You have all of that stress and trying to deal with the relationship of whoever you're involved with while trying to take care of the child. Now, for me, fortunately, my baby is grown, so those years of dealing with maternal child health go back about 34 years.
Which leads to ask you, what kind of stress did you experience during your pregnancy?
So I can relate totally to Keisha from IU, the chaplain, because I was in my freshman year at Purdue and found out I was pregnant. So stressors at that time were, oh my God, I'm not married, I'm at school, I got my mom, I have my family, what am I going to do? But I will say that this, I've had a very strong mind. And so for me, I did the necessary steps to make sure that medically, I did my prenatal. I made sure I was on my appointments. However, the safe sleep I did not conquer. I was exactly like you when it came time to go to bed. She was there with me. So it's only by the grace of God that she is still here with me. And she's the only one that I had. But yeah, she slept with me. I think the newness of being a mom, it might have been what you say, the baby sort of falls. I can honestly say I've had one of those times. She knows me. But I've had one of those times where you drop the baby and it's like, oh my God, what do? You pick them back up, you love them, you hold them.
And that's because we didn't know.
We didn't know.
Look, because I worked as an infant teacher, and I found out when a baby falls and bumps their heads, things can happen internal. If you don't see the knot come out, there's something that goes on. Didn't know that, so you pick up the baby, okay, seems fine. Maybe years later,
See something later.
the oldest one, I no wonder something going on sometimes with my headache. I mean, seriously, my youngest, talks about the migraines like it makes you wonder, right? But so, still with the stress, did you do exercise? Did you go to the gym? Did you do breathing?
I did. I'm not so much of the breathing at that time, but I was very athletic. In high school, I did volleyball, basketball, and track. So by the time I was pregnant, I was in shape. So I did yoga. That's actually when I began yoga, and I was only like 20, 21. But for me, the best thing was journaling.
Wow.
I wrote down a lot of my thoughts and things that were going on, because if you don't have anybody to talk to, what do? I put it on paper. I gotta talk. I felt like once it was out of me, I could do it.
So it says, what kind of support networks did you have at the time you didn't have it?
I didn't really
in school. I'm just saying
in school. No, not at Purdue.
No friends. I mean,
I had a couple of friends. But think about it, 19, 20, you're pregnant, they're on doing their thing. So friends only last for so long, so the relationship then became family. And so I came back home. I did have my mom, but at the time, I have 2 younger brothers. So they were school age. So you got big sis with a baby, and mom is like, okay, big sis, you gotta do your own thing, because I still have kids, I gotta take care of them.
Wow. So how would you recommend pregnant women and young mothers to reduce stress? What would you tell the young mothers out there?
Greater Faith House of Prayer, located at 609 East 29th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46205. We believe in the power of prayer and the power of God's Word. Sunday school promptly starts at 9:30 a.m. and following will be Sunday morning service at 11:30 a.m. Come join us for praise and worship, and bring the little ones, because here at the Greater Faith House of Prayer, we also have children's church. Couldn't get your spirit fed Sunday? We've got you covered on Wednesday night Bible studies starting at 7 p.m. Don't only join us for Bible study, get in on the conversation as questions and comments are welcome. With just a natural love for the people of God, come join us for one of our many outings, whether you're a part of the women's ministry or the Men on Fire men's ministry. We also now offer marriage counseling and couples outings. Greater Faith House of Prayer, 609 East 29th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46205. See you there.
Young moms today, I am a big advocate for yoga and journaling. I think that's a big part for me, especially, we didn't really talk about domestic side of it, but when you write things down, I think that really helps you, and I think it helps to maybe help you collect your thoughts, gather what is going to be best for you and baby, what is going to be best for you in whatever situation you're in, so writing it down. And another de-stressor is yoga. I'm 52. I have no problem saying that, but I always take time out, and I have for over 30 years. I won't say meditate, but just that me time, breathing and being alone and de-stress, because you need the time. You're going to take that time, get all that energy together, so you can go back and do all that other stuff all over again with your family.
So you did mention, so describe the sleep method you use to promote safe sleep. Safe sleep.
So for me, I think the best thing for promoting safe sleep was with my daughter, it was the distance, and I suggest we nowadays, now that I know you're not supposed to, but then it was, you want the baby there with you. And so for me, at the time, like I said, I didn't know that wasn't safe. So I kept her away from me. I didn't want her up under me for that fear of swallowing into that soft spot.
And you know what? I think that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Because we have made mistakes. You know, it's interesting that here we are and we're promoting safe sleep. We're promoting it because, you know, well, we have another person that I want to call up because we're talking about how do you handle stress as a mother. So thank you so much.
So one of the things that I've been doing here since I learned about safe sleep with the maternal child health, I don't have the patent, of course, for the safe sleeper, but I did want to be able to promote something that I'm going to be having for moms. And it's just to be able to have something to carry with you, to have when you want to put the baby to sleep. The baby can sleep. As you notice, we talked about sleeping on a flat surface, but it also is like a diaper changing mat.
That is so cute.
You are, I'm almost wanting to call it multi-purpose now, because you can change your baby on it, and it's, you know, has the backing side where you can wipe it off. But even if you wanted to, let's say, birth the baby, and you have it this way, you don't want to get it on your clothes, so you have it like that. But this is just one of the many ideas that I have. I have a couple more coming down the pipeline, but I'm like you. Once I heard about safe sleep, I'm looking at all the ways that we can be proactive.
Are you taking one away?
I am. I'm sorry. This was supposed to be for you to decide. I'm going to let you know. All right.
Well, as we've been talking about stress, the mothers of the stress. And so, like she said, Stephanie said, it's good to talk to people. Sometimes you don't know who to talk to. You don't want to talk to relatives. So, my next guest is Mrs. Tracy. Would you come up, please?
Thank you so much for tuning in today on another segment of the Gabby Gail Show. Make sure you stay tuned to the YouTube channel, The Gabby Gail Show, Indy. Also, stay up to date with the Greater Faith House of Prayer. Get on over to gfhpchurch.net. Stay tuned for part 4.